Imagine a substance so addictive that it enslaved millions, so profitable that it reshaped entire continents, so dangerous that today it kills more people than war. This is sugar, not just a sweetener, a force that built and destroyed civilizations. Welcome back. Today we are not talking about chocolate or cake. We are talking about sugar. The white poison that fueled the slave trade, created the modern factory, and changed the way we eat forever. Sugar comes from a plant called sugarcane. It is native to New Guinea, where humans first domesticated it over 10,000 years ago. From there it spread to India, where the word sugar comes from the Sanskrit word shakara. In ancient India, they discovered how to crystallize sugar into solid form. For centuries, it remained a rare luxury, a spice rather than a staple. In the 4th century BCE, the Greek physician Hippocrates wrote about sugar as a medicine. He used it to treat stomach ailments. But sugar was about to become something much bigger, something far darker. In the 8th century, Arab traders brought sugar to the Mediterranean. They built the first large-scale sugar refineries in Egypt and Sicily. For centuries, sugar remained a luxury for the wealthy. A spoonful of sugar cost more than a peasant's daily wage. Then came the Crusades. European crusaders tasted sugar in the Middle East and brought it home. Suddenly, there was demand, and demand meant production, and production meant land, and land meant colonies. In the 15th century, the Portuguese began growing sugarcane on the island of Madeira. Then they took it to the Azores, then to the Canary Islands, and finally to the Americas. This was the beginning of the sugar revolution, and with it came the slave trade. A brutal triangle of ships and human suffering. By the 1600s, sugar had become the most valuable commodity in the world. It was worth more than gold. European powers fought over Caribbean islands not for their beauty, but for their sugarcane fields. The demand for sugar created an insatiable hunger for labor. The Spanish, the English, the French, and the Dutch all turned to Africa. They enslaved millions of people and shipped them across the Atlantic. An estimated 12 million Africans were forced onto slave ships. Almost 2 million died during the voyage. Those who survived were sold to work on sugar plantations. The conditions were horrific. Plantation workers toiled from sunrise to sunset in intense heat. They cut sugarcane by hand using heavy machetes. They were whipped, branded, and fed starvation rations. The average life expectancy of a slave on a sugar plantation was just 7 years. One of the most brutal sugar islands was Barbados. By the 1650s, Barbados had become a giant sugar factory, a single crop that consumed everything. The island's forests were destroyed, its soil was exhausted, and its indigenous people were wiped out. Sugar had become a machine of destruction, but it was also a machine of wealth. In England, sugar made fortunes for merchants and aristocrats. They built grand houses. They financed the Industrial Revolution. The sugar trade created the banking system. It funded factories and railways. In the 1600s, sugar was also becoming a political weapon. The English government taxed sugar heavily. This tax funded their wars and their empire, but it also fueled rebellion. The American colonists hated the sugar tax. It was one of the triggers of the American Revolution. When the British passed the Sugar Act in 1764, it enraged the colonists. No taxation without representation became their rallying cry. Meanwhile, the abolition movement was growing in England. People began to realize that sugar came from human suffering. In 1791, Thomas Clarkson published a pamphlet detailing the horrors of sugar plantations. A sugar boycott began. Thousands of English families refused to buy slave-grown sugar. They bought sugar from India instead, which was produced by free labor. In 1833, the British Empire finally abolished slavery. But sugar's story was far from over. With slavery abolished, plantation owners looked for new sources of labor. They turned to indentured workers from India, China, and Java. They were paid meager wages. They lived in squalid conditions. But at least they were not slaves. In the 19th century, sugar became a global commodity. Refineries were built near cities. Sugar became cheaper than ever. And people began consuming it at an astonishing rate.
In 1800, the average English person consumed about 8 kilograms of sugar per year. By 1900, that number had jumped to 40 kilograms. Today, the average person in the UK consumes over 30 kilograms of sugar annually. In the United States, the figure is almost 70 kilograms per year. Sugar has become a cheap, addictive, and invisible poison. It is hidden in almost every processed food you buy. It is in bread, soups, sauces, cereals, and drinks. The World Health Organization recommends no more than 25 grams per day. Yet the average person exceeds that by 3 times. The health consequences are devastating. Sugar causes obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and tooth decay. It is responsible for more deaths than any other dietary factor. In 2023, the World Health Organization estimated that sugar contributes to over 2 million deaths annually. But there is hope. People are waking up to sugar's dangers. Sugar taxes are being introduced in many countries. Public health campaigns are educating people about hidden sugars, and alternative sweeteners are becoming more popular. So, from a plant in New Guinea to a global addiction, from the slave ships to the supermarket shelves, sugar has been a medicine, a luxury, a weapon, and a killer. The next time you add sugar to your tea, remember, you are holding a substance that changed the world and continues to shape it. If you want more stories about the hidden history of everyday ingredients, hit subscribe. Because the simplest things often have the darkest histories. I will see you in the next curiosity. Maybe about coffee or tea. What ingredient should I uncover next? Comment below.